Before a storm breaks, the air goes quiet. Metabolic syndrome is that silence. Waistline inching up, mornings heavy, labs creeping higher. The case for keto asks, what if the wind driving the storm is insulin? Not a moral failing, not a broken spirit, just a biological signal turned up too high. Today, we will learn to turn that dial down. Please consult a physician before any major dietary changes, especially if you use medications. Gary Taubes is a science journalist who followed the evidence trail through nutrition's most tangled debates. He listened to clinicians and patients who found relief by curbing carbs. His lens is not blame but biology. Why do some bodies store fat more readily when carbs are high? He invites us to test ideas against lived experience and lab markers, not slogans. Think of insulin as a storage signal, a traffic cop telling energy where to park. Carbohydrates raise blood glucose, and insulin rises to store it. In some of us, insulin stays high, nudging calories into fat, leaving the bloodstream low on usable fuel, and we feel hungry. It is not gluttony, it is chemistry. Lowering the carb load can quiet the signal and ease the drive to overeat. Eat less, move more, sounds tidy, yet many of us tried and felt only hungrier. The book argues, our bodies are not simple bank accounts, but ecosystems. Hormones decide whether calories become heat, motion, or stored fat. When insulin runs high, hunger and fatigue join hands. Adjusting the hormone drivers may prove more humane than perpetual restraint. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster: wider waist, elevated blood pressure, high triglycerides, low HDL, raised glucose. Picture it as a chorus singing off-key. The common conductor is often insulin resistance, where cells stop listening well to insulin's signal. Calming the conductor can bring the choir back toward harmony, one voice at a time. Have you ever cut calories and felt your thoughts drown in food? That is not weakness, it is a survival alarm. When insulin is high, fat tissue holds tight to energy, and the brain senses scarcity. Reducing carbs can lower insulin, freeing fuel, easing hunger. The goal is natural satiety, quiet cravings, steady energy, so choices feel sustainable. Keto is a structured way to sharply lower carbohydrate intake so insulin falls, fat stores release energy, and ketones supply steady fuel. For some with metabolic syndrome, this can improve triglycerides, HDL, and glycemic control. It is not magic. It is physiology thoughtfully leveraged. Your tolerance is individual. Find your level with care. Just as sun sensitivity varies, carbohydrate tolerance differs. Some thrive at 100 grams daily, others need far less to steady glucose and hunger. The case for keto encourages self-experimentation with simple trackers: waist, weight, energy, labs, rather than rigid rules. Your biology writes the script. We supply the pen. Build meals around protein, non-starchy vegetables, and natural fats. Eggs, fish, poultry, tofu, leafy greens, olives, avocado. Keep starches and sugars minimal to calm insulin. Think of fat as a dimmer switch for hunger. Add enough for satisfaction, not excess. Simple, repeatable plates help your biology relax and your mind exhale. For decades, many feared dietary fat as the villain. The case for keto challenges that narrative. When carbs are low, fat becomes a stable fuel. Some individuals see improved triglycerides and HDL on low-carb patterns. Quality matters. Favor whole food fats. Monitor labs with your clinician, allowing data, not dogma, to guide you. As you experiment, observe measurable signals: waist circumference, fasting glucose, triglycerides, HDL, blood pressure. Many report triglycerides dropping and HDL rising on carb restriction. Pair numbers with how you feel: hunger, sleep, mood. Healing is both data and story. One confirms, the other motivates. Early days can feel bumpy, sometimes fatigue, lightheadedness, or keto flu. Often it is fluid and electrolytes shifting as insulin falls. Emphasize hydration, salt to taste, and steady protein. If you use diabetes, blood pressure, or other medications, changes in diet may affect dosing. Please consult your physician for guidance. Shop the perimeter: produce, meat, eggs, dairy alternatives. Peek inside aisles for simple nuts, olive oil, and spices. Read labels for hidden sugars and starches. If the ingredient list reads like a chemistry set, consider leaving it. Your cart is your compass. Point it toward foods that existed before nutrition debates. Mia woke foggy, craving bread. She tried eggs with spinach and olive oil instead. At 10 a.m., the usual crash did not come. By week's end, her belt cinched one notch tighter, triglycerides nudged down. It felt less like a diet and more like a volume knob on her hunger, turned from loud to low. Sandwiches hide sugar in bread, sauces, and sides. Swap to a salad bowl, protein, greens, olives, nuts, and a vinaigrette. Ask for dressings on the side. Skip croutons. The goal is not deprivation, but precision. Fuel without the insulin surge, so afternoon energy flows instead of falls. Family meals can be a negotiation. Build the shared plate around roasted vegetables and protein. Offer a starch for those who want it, and skip it yourself. Conversation stays warm. Your insulin stays cool. Food is not a battlefield, it is a bridge. At restaurants, choose grilled or roasted proteins. Ask for extra vegetables, and substitute fries with salad. Request sauces and glazes on the side. You are not difficult. You are deliberate. The menu is a map. Pick the route that keeps your insulin calm. Consider a gentle staircase. Week 1, lower sugars and refined grains. Week 2, reduce starches. Week 3, test a deeper cut if needed. Observe your hunger, energy, and lab trends. The target is not a number, but a feeling. Steady, clear, satisfied, paired with measurable progress. Protein preserves lean mass and signals satiety. Include a palm-sized portion at each meal. Fish, poultry, eggs, tofu, or lean cuts adjusted to your needs. With carbs low, protein and fat help keep blood sugar even, like stabilizers on a kite in gusty wind. Dietary fat is a calm burning log on the fire. Drizzle olive oil, add avocado, enjoy salmon's richness. Use enough to feel satisfied, then stop. In a lower carb context, fat supports satiety without sharp glucose spikes. Quality and mindfulness make the difference. Leafy and cruciferous vegetables bring fiber and micronutrients with minimal carbs. They add volume and color, feeding a resilient gut ecosystem. Think of your plate as a garden, diverse, bright, and alive, nourishing you while keeping insulin whispers quiet. Movement is not punishment. It is a signal to your muscles to use glucose better. Walks after meals, resistance training twice weekly, and joyful motion improve insulin sensitivity. It complements low-carb eating, like wind filling a sail, extra lift toward shore. Short sleep and chronic stress elevate cortisol, nudging glucose higher and appetite louder. Guard your evenings. Dim lights, keep a gentle rhythm, breathe deep. Stabilizing carbs is easier when your nervous system is soothed. The body whispers, not shouts. Plateaus happen. Revisit basics. Hidden carbs, portion creep, poor sleep, stress. Check measurements beyond the scale. Waist, clothes fit, energy. Progress is a mosaic. Some tiles are subtle. Patience lets the picture emerge. Sauces, dressings, and snacks slip sugar in quietly. Ketchup, sweet chili, granola bars, and even healthy yogurts can spike insulin. Swap for mustard, pesto, nuts, olives, and full-fat, unsweetened options. The small hinges that swing big doors. Non-nutritive sweeteners can help some people transition, yet responses vary. Cravings or glucose changes may occur in others. If you use them, track your hunger and energy. The goal is to let sweetness step back so your palate resets to real food. Some pair low carb with time-restricted eating for convenience and appetite control. If fasting, keep hydration and electrolytes in mind. For those on glucose or blood pressure lowering drugs, fasting can increase risk of lows. Please consult your physician before trying fasting strategies. As insulin drops, kidneys release sodium and water, which can cause lightheadedness or fatigue. Sip water through the day, salt food to taste. Consider broth. Potassium and magnesium-rich foods, greens, nuts, support balance. Listen to your body's quiet cues. Low-carb eating often lowers triglycerides and can raise HDL. Some people see LDL changes, patterns vary. Work with your clinician to interpret the whole picture. Lipids, inflammation, metabolic health, rather than a single number. Context is the compass. Jamal returned after 12 weeks. Waist smaller, energy steady. His triglycerides dropped markedly. HDL ticked up. Fasting glucose improved. He felt not heroic, but normal. The loud hunger had quieted, like traffic thinning after rush hour. Parties bring dessert trays and pressure. Anchor with protein first, add colorful veg, savor a small treat if you choose, then return to calm. One choice does not define you. Patterns do. Joy and health can share a plate. Airports and gas stations tempt with quick sugar. Pack nuts, jerky or tofu snacks, dark chocolate, and a refillable bottle. On arrival, search for salads and grilled mains. You are not at the mercy of the map. Your plan is your passport. The season of casseroles and pies can still be kind. Bring a dish you love that loves you back. Roasted Brussels sprouts, a hearty protein, a sugar-free sparkler. Traditions evolve. The heart of them remains connection. Scan serving size, total carbs, fiber, and added sugars. Net carbs, total carbs minus fiber, and certain sugar alcohols. Useful, but not perfect. Ingredients list tells the truth. Short and simple wins. If sugar wears a disguise, maltose, syrup, spot it. Speed can be simple. Omelet with herbs, tuna salad on cucumber slices, rotisserie chicken with a green bag salad, tofu stir-fry, Greek yogurt, unsweetened, with nuts. Convenience without compromise keeps your insulin calm on busy days. Before emails, breathe. Pour water, plan your meals, pack a snack. A 2-minute check-in prevents a 2-day detour. Routine is the railway that carries you when motivation runs late. Clear the counter of crackers, sweets, and cereal. Place proteins, greens, nuts, and olive oil within easy reach. Your environment is willpower's best friend. Make the right choice the easy one. Support multiplies strength. Share goals with family, join a group, partner with a clinician open to low-carb tools. The Case for Keto highlights clinicians who tailor plans to the person, not the trend. Community steadies the hand on the compass. One rough day does not erase your momentum. Reflect without blame. Refine one lever. Sleep, stress, carbs, and move on. Healing is not a straight line, but a river, bending around stones yet always flowing forward. Some use logs or sensors to notice patterns. Meals, steps, sleep, mood. The aim is not surveillance, but clarity. If a device adds stress, set it aside and listen inward. Steady energy, calm hunger, restful sleep. These are data, too. Genetics, age, hormones, and history shape insulin sensitivity. Two people can eat the same bowl of rice and ride different glucose waves. Respect your variability, compare you to you. The Case for Keto urges personalization over perfection. Across menstrual cycles, perimenopause, or conditions like PCOS, insulin and appetite can shift. Gentle carb reduction and sufficient protein may support steadier energy for some. If you have hormonal conditions or are pregnant or breastfeeding, please consult your physician for individualized guidance. With age, preserving muscle is protection. Emphasize protein, resistance exercise, and safe balance training. Lower carb patterns can be tailored to maintain strength and steady glucose. Coordinate with your clinician to align diet, activity, and medications. Low-carb eating can change medication needs, especially for diabetes and blood pressure. Risk of hypoglycemia or dizziness may rise if doses are not adjusted. Please consult your physician to create a safe plan and monitor closely as you make changes. The best plan is the one you can keep. Some stay very low carb, others include modest starches after progress. The Case for Keto champions principles: minimize sugars and refined starches, prioritize protein, add natural fats, then personalize. Flexibility brings longevity. Ultra-processed foods are engineered for bliss points, not balance. They spike appetite and insulin like loud music drowning conversation. Choosing whole foods turns the volume down so your body's signals can be heard. Your values matter. Low carb can be omnivorous or plant focused with tofu, tempeh, eggs, dairy alternatives, nuts, and greens. Culture is a strength. Adapt favorite dishes with mindful swaps. Health is a language spoken in many dialects. 1. Lower sugars and refined starches to calm insulin. 2. Center meals on protein, non-starchy vegetables, and natural fats. 3. Personalize by tracking hunger, energy, waste, and labs with your clinician. Simple, not easy, but deeply possible. Day 1 to 2. Cut sugary drinks and sweets. Day 3 to 4. Swap bread, rice, pasta for greens and protein. Day 5 to 7. Review hunger and energy. Adjust fat for satiety. Arrange labs and a clinician check-in if you use medications. Please consult your physician before starting. You are not broken. Your signals were loud. By quieting insulin with thoughtful carbohydrate reduction, many find hunger softens, labs improve, and life feels lighter. If today's guidance resonated, please consult your physician for a tailored plan. Subscribe, like, and share this with someone ready to heal. Your next meal is your next step.